What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Happy Wednesday to everybody. How is your day 2 going? How is your day 1? We got so much content with Witch Queen. It is kind of insane. I don't know how I'm gonna put out every video. It's going to be a lot of grinding. We did a lot of that yesterday. Got the legendary campaign done on our warlock. Got a lot of the side quests done. Now it's time to put out some content for you guys, because that's what it's all about. Love helping some fellow guardians out with the guides. It means a lot that you guys keep coming back to the channel and checking it out. We are getting some crazy numbers, views, likes, subscribers, comments, everything like that. Truly means a lot and helps out the channel. So thank you guys so much for that support, and let's get cranking out some content this week for some Destiny. Now today we are going over the final mission of our campaign on legendary difficulty, just because I want to give you guys some little tips and tricks, because for us it took us a couple rounds to get through this boss, because Savathun is she hella thick. I'm telling you, it was a lot to take her down in the end. So I think some of these little tips and tricks that we found out after our like 5-6 runs of it, after dying just because it was a wild final room, this will help you guys out, smash out that final mission and get that awesome loot of 1520 gear and one of our new exotics for whichever class you complete it with. So first I want to go over team composition. I know you can go solo, duo, or trio, and it definitely changes up what kind of supers you should be using and how you kind of approach the encounter. So if you're going in there solo, I definitely suggest a survivability super. Your bubble, your well, or tether if you're a hunter. Staying alive is key in this encounter. Savathun is throwing a bunch of light supers at us. Nova Bomb, Dawn Blade, Blade Barrage, Arc. She's shooting her arc hands at us. It is absolutely crazy, and a lot of them have some AoE damage, so getting away from them while doing DPS is somewhat challenging. So that's why that bubble for us came in really handy. But that's what I would go with solo, is you either go with your bubble, your well, or a hunter and just try to be invisible as much as possible and get out of the way of those attacks. Now if you're going in there as a duo, me personally, I would suggest bringing in a bubble for sure, no matter what, for one of you two, just because like I said, her throwing those supers at you is very painful, especially when she throws her arc bolt hands. It is a map. She will wipe you out instantly. Protective light, everything. She just eats with the damage. And then for your second person in that duo, I would go with an add clear super, just because when you finish the DPS phase, there are some thrall that come out that you got to deal with, and then add clear super is really nice for that, as well as the ads that are around the balcony that we have to defeat to kind of help the encounter out a little bit in DPS. An add clear super, specifically a solar one, just because we have only solar shields in the encounter, that would be ideal as well. Now for your trio, me personally, our team, we had a bubble, we had a well, and then like I said, we had an add clear super with Hammer of Soul. Now we used the add clear super for a couple things. Like I said, those thrall that come out after the DPS phase is done, he could clear those out super fast and efficiently without us having to kind of sit back and take them out as they approached us when we were dealing with other things in the encounter. Now he also used the solar and the Hammer of Souls to deal with the witches, because the witches help us deal more DPS to Savathun in the end. Now I will get to that in a second here. So that was super key to have that nice add clear super. We had the well just for extra survivability with that solar, and then also that bubble just to have that weapons of light for that extra DPS. So we could pop in the bubble, pop out, do DPS on her inside of my well, pop in the bubble, pop out into the well again, do DPS, and she would just shoot her supers at us while we were inside of the bubble to protect ourselves. So that was key for actually finishing the encounter. Now for the weapons that we were using, I was personally using a pulse rifle with Gjallarhorn, take care of those solar shields, and then that Gjallarhorn was great for DPS on Savathun. And then my boy with the bubble was using actually Wither Horde, super good for that ad management, and then also it did pretty well with DPS, and they were using a rocket as well to back it up and pair with my Gjallarhorn. Now for our ad clear super, he was running a solar fusion rifle and then sleeper, just for that extra added little damage on the sleeper. He can move around and get away from us. He didn't have to be standing right next to us to have Wolfpack rounds, and that was nice just in case we both did get wiped by some crazy double Nova Bomb back to back with a Blade Barrage from Savathun. So that is how we kind of did our damage and then wiped out the ads. Super efficient, and definitely was the way to go in the end. Now when we load into the encounter, you can definitely throw down a rally banner to get it started so you can have full ammo and your super. Now when you move up the stairs and Savathun starts to form, you can see in the left hand bottom corner Thread Cutter ×3. This is that extra DPS from killing the witches that are around the arena. So when you have ×3, that's the most DPS you can do on Savathun. So when you initially start, you can get a couple shots of rocket, a couple shots of sleeper on her. Just make sure you can see around Savathun there's like a purple bubble. You have to be inside of that purple bubble to actually do DPS on her. If you are outside of that trying to shoot through, it'll hit her, but she will be immune. So just keep that in mind. So when the encounter starts off, you can get those couple shots in, and then Thread Cutter will go away, and then DPS basically comes to a halt, because if you have 0 Thread Cutters or even 1, the DPS is minimal. You can shoot a rocket at her and it barely scratches her, just like a fly landed on her shoulder. Definitely need that Thread Cutter ×3. To get this Thread Cutter ×3, we kill those witches that I was talking about earlier. There's one on the left side of Savathun, one on the right side of Savathun, and one in the back middle around that balcony that you can go up for on the left and right hand sides. We would go right hand first and deal with the front right one. Super easy. They have some acolytes around them as well, so you got to watch out for that, but that is where it was perfect to have that ad clear super with Hammer of Soul. He could shoulder charge, and then we could either use one Gjallarhorn shot, or it was super easy to wipe them out with Wither Horde, break their shields with either my pulse rifle or the solar fusion that our ad clear super had. So the combination of all that killed the witches super fast, and each time you kill the witch you get Thread Cutter ×X. So when you kill one witch you get Thread Cutter ×1, kill the second one you get Thread Cutter ×2, and then when you kill that third one you get Thread Cutter ×3. But you only have about a 45-second, 50-second window while that Thread Cutter ×3 is active, so you only have that much time to do DPS. Now for us, I'm sure there's some other optimal spots, but we rotated all the way back down to the middle where we threw our rally banner down, and then we just did DPS from there. We threw that bubble to the left, well to the right, and kind of overlapped them. We would pop in the bubble while she was attacking us, pop out, do our DPS on her, pop back into the bubble to get weapons and protect ourselves, and just kind of rinse and repeat that. And you can see the damage is decently high for those rounds when you have ×3, but it's still the ammo economy. We were getting super unlucky with it, so I had barely any heavy for the entire final encounter, it seemed like, which sucked. But luckily TJ had some to back me up with the sleeper, and it was super nice to get down to the end and finish her off. You just have to go through a couple rotations for sure. We just went counterclockwise, definitely the best way to go. Do your DPS on her. Once the DPS phase is over, some Thrall will come out, rotate to the right, take out that first witch and those acolytes, move up the stairs, take out the second witch and those acolytes, wait for some Thrall if you missed any on that back middle one, because they kind of sneak around from underneath. It's very weird where the enemies come from. And then once you get to that third witch and wipe her out, it is time for DPS. Move back to where we threw down the rally banner, pop your bubble and well, and go to town. Finish the campaign on legendary difficulty, get that exotic loot, get the 15-20 loot, get some quests started. Whoo, cannot wait to see what you guys do with it. It's so much fun, this campaign. Absolutely love the story. So hopefully this helped you guys finish this encounter a little bit more smoothly, even if you are solo, duo, or trio. I know that this is kind of more of a trio video, but definitely suggest trying the campaign on legendary difficulty. It was so much fun and definitely worth the reward. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.